Hello, everybody, or one person. Welcome to Fish with Bish Friday night live stream. Right, who's here? Let me know who's here. Oh, I'll have a cup of coffee while I'm waiting. The little fisher. How you doing, Mr. Taylor? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing really well, my friend. I went to Bell's Mill this week, mate. Oh, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Andreas is in the house. How you doing, Andreas? Saw your most recent video. That was amazing watching those bream round by your feet. How frustrating that was. I haven't commented yet, but I will. Darren's in the house. How you doing, Darren? The one-eyed barmaid. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Little fishers. Young Mr. Taylor's not going fishing till the spring. There you go. Paul Pard's in the house. How you doing, Paul? Nice to see you. Yeah. If guys, if you haven't seen Andreas's video, he's over in Sweden. He put up a brilliant video this week. So frustrating. Using boilies, trying to catch some bream. They were round by his feet, and these are nice slabs. These were as well. Yeah, I was. I need to comment on it. I was sort of watching it on the go, if you know what I mean. So I didn't have a chance to do it. So yeah, I hope everyone's really well. So welcome to Friday night, Fish with Bish. Had a bit of a mixed bag week this week. Didn't catch much, to be honest. I went to Bell's Mill on Wednesday. Hardly had a bite. Just dragged a couple in, and nothing of any size. So no, it's been a bad week for fishing wise, but I've had a good week filming wise, to be honest. Done a fair bit. So cheers, by the way. Stupid boy. That'll be me. That will. That's why it's my cup. So anyone been out? Paul, did you go out this week, Mr. Pard? Was it you? Was it you or Darren said one of you was going out at the weekend? I think. Come out. How you doing, my friend? There you go with your blue spanner. Keep him in line, son. Keep him in line. Yeah, nice of you all to come in, fellas. Anything anyone has got a bee in the bonnet about this week? Anyone sort of heard anything or saw anything on the news or anything like that? Fishing wise, let's keep it clean, keep it mean. Yeah, Barton got the power. So yeah, I did notice. I've been reading the press today. I don't know what you think about this, guys. You carping guys have probably got an opinion on this, and the other guys who are in the house. But there's in a club match, a 5-hour club match, a guy from this place called Chart. I think it's called Chart Fishery down in Kent. He got £700 haul in 5 hours. Now, they must have been climbing over each other to get that. I don't know what anyone else thinks. What do you think of that, guys? But the Chart, I think it's called, in Kent, but £700 in 5 hours. Amazing fishing, but it's not proper fishing, is it? Does anyone else think that? I'm just seeing how he did it, Mr. Taylor. They're just like dolphins when they arrived. There were that many fish in the peg. One problem I had was that while attempting to land a hookfish, the other carp will find their way into my landing net. Of course, these went straight back. No, it's not, Paul. It's ridiculous, isn't it? We had to do a weigh-in in the 3-hour mark. At this point, I had 385 pound. Nah, that's to try and land a fish and catch another one in the landing net. Nah, it's not fishing, is it? Too many fish in that water there. They're gonna have problems, I think. I don't like it. There's a lake in your put double figure carp in keep net. They need a slap. Yeah. I think I've always thought this about, like, when you see like really big carp caught in a match, there should be a way of having there should be a way of, like, calling the weighing guy over, and he just weighs it straight away and they put it back in the water, because that's not right. Mike the Pike, how you doing, son? Thanks for coming in. Suicidal carp, yes, it's just crazy. I read it and I had to double take. So that's over 5 hours. That's £120 an hour, roughly. Probably a bit more than that, £130 an hour. No, that's, as I say, it's not fishing, is it? Another thing is, another record's gone as well. Marina Gibson during National Stress Awareness Week. No, not that one. There was another big fish caught at where the world record carp was caught. Apparently, the guy who got the world record carp, his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, is now the female world record carp record holder. I don't know if I said that. No, Paul, I agree. Even if I was in a match, because some commercials that I fish, they have got them, and I've got to be honest, mate. If I caught a barbel, I'd forgo the weight of the barbel and put it back. I don't know how I feel about them being in commercial waters anyway, unless the water's running. If you've got water coming in and water going out of that pool, sort of, because I do fish a couple of pools where they drop from one to another, so there's a constant flow of water that goes in. Obviously, it's not a river, but it's still a constant flow of water. So, when did he catch the carp, Mr. Taylor? By the way, guys, the little fisher here is a young man. He's only 11, so keep it clean. Who's just starting into his fishing with his granddad and his dad. He's having a great time, trying all different time things. Stingray Steve, how you doing? Lots of carp here in dirty water. I'm not surprised, Steve. What do they call them in? I don't know what part of the world you're from, Steve. Because I know my friend over in Australia, Andrew Fishman, RKJ Fishing, they call them mud marlin over there, because they make all the rivers. So Mike's in the house. How you doing, Mr. Tyson? Right, thanks for coming in, guys. As you come in, please hit the like button if you don't mind. That'd be great. Near the Bronx, I mean, obviously I know the river runs through, but is there any fish in there? Is it dirty? Is it clean? Can you fish it or whatever? Thanks, Andreas. Yeah, I just wondered what areas can you fish there? Are you quite? I know, like, obviously it's very urban, where in the Bronx, but how close are you to getting out and going fishing? Darren Green, anyone watch the Dark Water series? I saw one, I think. I saw one. Mate, Darren, I'm always on here. Lots of fish, geese, ducks, poop. Fair enough. Yeah, so no, brilliant stuff. We've got a fair few people in here, guys. Oh, is that what you watching, Darren? I might give it a go. Have a look. Has anyone seen? I don't know if anyone's on Twitter, but I noticed that Matt Hayes and Mick Brown have got back together. John Ames is in the house. Hello, John. Anyone not watched John's videos over in the States or Canada? Anyway, John's latest video, nice little quiet little video, perfect water coming over, waterfall and stuff like that. But he also does some great fishing ones. Daryl's in the house. By the way, guys, Darren N.I. Carper, he did a brilliant live stream the other night from his back garden. He did pretend he was out fishing, but I'm convinced he was in his garden. Just kept popping back out into the car but it was really funny. It was very, very funny. It was a great stream. But anyway, check each other's channels out, guys, because I've got to be honest with you, I'm proud of this set of people here that come into my live stream. I'm proud of the live stream, but not because of me, but because we've got such a mix of people here. We've got Andreas from Sweden. We've got Stingray Steve from the Bronx over in the States. We've got John over there as well. Tell us where you are, John, again, just so we know. We got the NI Carper. We got Daryl over in Northern Ireland. As I say, pretends he goes fishing. Don't do it, really. Did you catch anything? I don't know if you caught anything, Daryl, because I ain't caught up with you since. Pike Fishing Monday, Camo. Yeah, John's in the States, so like we've got real great mix of things. So if anyone's got any questions about fishing over in Sweden, I don't know if they've got any a carp native to Sweden, Andreas, or would they be invasive like they are over in Australia? Oh, Camo's gone crazy. NI Carper, the dream team. Scobie and Daryl, you heard of the 98 pound in Northern Ireland. 98 pound, Darren. Is there any footage of that anywhere, buddy? If you haven't seen it, and I know I do this a lot, guys, but I'm just going to read out what Darren's just put. Scobie and Daryl, you heard of the 98 pound pike in Northern Ireland? What? That's good. Yeah, I can't believe that. 98 pound. They do in the USA. They look at carp as an invasive species. As I say, I don't know if anyone saw the program, the video that the two lads put up. That was quite good as well. It's on dark water. Jeremy Wade was after it. Has he been spotted, Darren, or caught? Because oh man, that is just amazing. You'd have a head like a crocodile at 98 pounds, surely. Oh, by the way, did anyone see Baz's video, the London Predator angler? I can't remember exactly what it is, but he's found a new water called the Monastery. Hasn't caught a fish for nearly a year, and then like he's made up. He's absolutely made up. The look on his face when he caught them pike was brilliant. I think it's got to be Mike, innit? 98 pounds. It's got to be a world record. Oh, he mentioned it was caught years ago, but died ages ago. 98 pounds. It couldn't have been weighed in. I don't think that couldn't have been weighed in, surely. But yeah, I watched Baz's video about that new venue he's found. Absolutely cracking. I was made up for him. The look on his face was just, it's what fishing's all about, I thought. I've got a Facebook page, mate. Just look for Fish with Bish. Everything I do is Fish with Bish. So yeah, it's there somewhere, mate. I think I'm in Mark's group as well. Mark the Carps group. So 90. I can't get my head around that. Oh, mate. What is the pike record in the UK? Can anyone check that for us? Cheers, Darren. Thanks, Darren. I'll have a look at that, mate. I did see this this cracking video. It was all in French. I think it was from Switzerland. There's two guys on a boat fishing for pike, and he drags out a massive pike that had a head the size of a sheep on it. It was huge, that pike was, and very pale, almost white. Gorgeous fish. Yeah, Daz, are you putting it on mine or are you putting it on Daryl's? Have a look anyway. So I don't know what the pike record is, Mike. Oh, they get massive. They call them musky. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure whether they're the same. I think they might be slightly different. There's a guy I watch who I comment on, and he sort of comes in on mine, and it's Big John here, I think it's called, and he fishes for muskie, and sometimes they get follows off them, and they're normally fishing off a boat, and yeah, I'll do it with this pencil. And when they get to the boat, if they get a follow, what they do is they put the lure in the water with probably 2 foot of line and just swirl it round and round, and it makes them go for it then. Andreas. £46 in 2040. Thank you, Andreas. £46 in 2014. So that'd be double. That's crazy. That'd be double the size of the one. Mike the point. If I caught one that big, I'd be on my toes doing a Linford. I'd have it on my toe. That'd be just amazing. That's it. Yeah, John. Figure of 8. They do that. Sorry, I was going round and round. When they do a figure of 8 like that, and then sometimes these big muskies will take it. Cheers, Darren. That's just popped up. That's what's just come up on the thing. And they. Oh wow. Nah, it couldn't be, could it? Couldn't be. I know there was stories of massive pike at one point, like about 100 years ago, but and it was a separate species that died out. Might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I'm sure I've read that somewhere because I read it all the time. Something else that has caught my eye. Anyone? Reeves, not Reeves and Mortimer and Whitehouse doing another series. Love it. Absolutely love it. One of the best programs on the TV, that. So, yeah, that's another one. Thanks, Darren. I'll check that out. I will check that out and have a look. But what else has happened? Oh, in the press as well, guy going over to, I think he's gone over to Holland, and he caught £6.3. £6.3 perch, and there's a picture of it. I don't know if you can see it really. Let's see if there's a better picture of it. There is somewhere. I have seen it. If I can find it. So, there it is. Look at that, guys. Now he's holding it close to the camera, but if you look at the size of his hand there to that fish, that's amazing. That is. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, what a fish. What a fish. Mike, you've been fishing this week or last weekend? I've been out this week. They've all switched off, mate. Suck. They do suck, actually. I know what, Steve. What I mean, obviously you're called Stingray, Steve. But what is your fish of choice? What would you go after? Oh, if I could, as I say, perch of £2 for me. Saltwater. Oh, superb, mate. Get out there. I watched. Do you watch? Is it called Black Tip Shark or whatever? He got that huge grouper in that Goliath grouper in the. He was in a marina, I think. My God, it was huge. I've been for a few months. Might spend more time looking at fishing tackle than actually using it, Bish. Yeah, mate. I'm sort of umming and ahhing on new stuff. Could possibly do with the new box, I think. When I sit on it, the one leg starts to go like that. So I have to tighten it up all the time. Yeah, I saw Steve. I saw just going off on one for a minute. that is almost a famous video now where that lady's fishing in a river, and she's I think she's got a nice it might be even be a bass that she's bringing in, and all of a sudden a bull shark comes up and just takes it, and like unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it. And like you'd think, oh, go swimming in the river. Oh no, 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 no. Me and my budgie smugglers down there with a bull shark. Nah, I'd scare him off, to be honest. Sawfish. They're the one like they got the flat nose, are they? And the what's it sticking out? The teeth sticking out of the side. What's on £4 for them? Oh God, mate. Camo, I'm just thinking about we have this conversation quite often. Would you think that the perch are bigger in syndicate waters than they are in normal commercials because people don't fish for them and they pick up a lot of the carp fry? Just throwing it out there. Johnson and Bish saves you a few quid buying yourself in the fishing box, man. Mike Tyson, how dare you? I'm a fine figure of a man. I'm in perfect shape. It's just this week's shape is a sack of spuds. Budgie smugglers, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, come on, that's what I'm thinking, right? I'll be in Friday after holidays. You going to work down there, Steve? What you going down to Florida for? What boxing after, mate? Not sure, Mike. Not sure. They've done a review. I don't know if you get the papers, but they've done a review of a few in here. So I'm gonna take my time. I'll probably pick up a second-hand one, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just wondering, Camo, if like when you're fishing for the carp, whether it might be worth just instead of having, I don't know if you fish with 3 rods, have 2 rods out for that, and then just throw one out with a, I don't know, a lured lobworm or something on. Just have a go. Ah, Steve, fair play to you, mate. Well, enjoy your retirement. That's what I say. And if fishing's part of it, absolutely brilliant. We're adding perch to us and go to help keep fry down a few years. Bet they become a specimen. I bet they will, Paul, because I don't think you guys were in it when we were talking about this, but we were saying that in Mark's stream when we were all in there, we were saying about the calorific value of a maggot. The things we talk about, lads, the calorific value of a maggot is very low. But if you imagine the build-up of calories or energy that fry will have in them, they're going to pile the pounds on them perch are. Especially if they've... I'm just wondering, do you think the ones in Holland that are the huge sizes, because they're the ones that I keep seeing, and I saw one that was £7. Do you think that those are a subspecies, or do you think they're, perfect example, you carp guys, with the carp, is obviously with the genetics, we have like, you have those really massive carp, and other carp are never going to get to that size. And I'm wondering if there's a genetic thing over there, or on the continent in Europe, in the perch, and make the perch particularly bigger. Steve, I love it. So have you got 2 places then, Steve? So you're going to Florida in the winter? Oh, mate, but it's gorgeous down there. Good luck, Dirk. Carper Stu Winter, how you doing, son? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Maybe you can help us out with this one, Stu. We were just saying about why the perch in Holland and Europe grow to such big sizes, yet ours haven't. I'm just wondering if they are. I wonder if they are. Yeah, and in Sweden. I wonder if there is a genetic thing, or whether a subspecies maybe. I don't know. But I think that if syndicate waters actually bring the perch into the waters to keep the fry down, I'm wondering if that's what they might get bigger. So yeah, thanks for coming in anyway, Stu. Very kind of you. Guys, please hit the like if you're in here. If you don't mind, just hit that thumbs up, smash the button. Well done, because you might be able to watch it then. So anyone had anything interesting happen this week? I do, Steve. Me and Andrew go way back. Andrew, he comes in here sometimes, but he has to get up early because obviously he's on the other side of the world. You go one way, and he goes the other way. It's like sort of 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning for him. But he's not put anything up for a while. I noticed he did comment on RKJ's recently and Robbie fishing in Australia. It could do. Never thought of that, Stu. I wonder if it's because there's such big, deep waters, and it might be what they're feeding on. He does get big carp, and the difference is, Steve, in Australia and probably in the States as well, where you guys obviously are because they're an invasive species. You're supposed to keep them under control. But I think where Andrew lives, the state that Andrew lives, I don't think they've got the I want to call it seek and destroy thing. So, Mike, I'm going possibly next week or the week after. We went to Bell's Mill this week, and to be honest, fishing the lake, I might as well have just fished the canal for the amount I caught. I only had 4 fish and 2 of them come off. So no. But it switched off, mate. You know how cold it went. It went Wednesday. I think we went from, was it 8 degrees down to -2. So they just switch off, don't they? If you have that quick switch, if it's over a period of time, you like the silvers sort of acclimatise and you can catch them. But when it's like that, they all just go vroom and they turn off. No worries, Paul. Speak to you in a second. Darren, I don't fish the canal very often. I'm starting to over this winter because I'm doing my big thing this year is to get a £2 perch. If I get a £2 or anything like that, right, Mike, it's easy access to canal. I know it is, mate. Me and Dad have fished there because you literally park at the in the car park, and it's like 10 yards, isn't it? And at least with taking Dad, you've got the calf, the toilet, and hot drinks literally down there. What's it? So we go down, or one of us goes down, grab a sandwich, take it back up. Where else can you do that on a canal? Plus, you've got the bridge as well, which is pretty good. Daryl, we need to have a chat, mate. N.I. Carper, right? He's just said, "Sorry, lads, I've had signal. I think he's probably had signal problems." And he's backed it up with out with the wife on a weekend away. Mate, you're living dangerously there, son. Living dangerously there. He's out with his wife for a weekend away, and he's in a live stream. More joke, better than me. I was in the pub, wasn't I? Is he drunk? I don't know, Darren. I'd say he probably is. That's why he's brave and he's in the live stream and he's at a weekend away. So, no. Cheers, guys. Oh, it's something else that I've going on go. You don't need any encouragement off you, Mr. Tyson. I was again looking at the press All the politicians are after your vote, guys. By the way, they're all piling in there. We got shadow Labour Environment Minister, and then he's got Conservative MP, and then we've got another Conservative MP fishing. It's all like rubbish, really. They couldn't give a toss about the state of the rivers. They couldn't give a toss about looking after the fish stocks and everything until it's time to try and get everybody's vote. And then they're all sort of turning up at the fishing places and trying to be part of the people of the. Do you know what I mean? I just don't believe. Nah. Give me a fishing rod. I'd rather go and sit on a lake somewhere and watch them. So I don't know. What do you think of the camera, guys? It's got a pretty wide lens, so it means I have to tidy up further and further. If you looked there or you looked there, there's a great big pile of rubbish. Ian's in the house. How you doing, Ian? Thanks for popping in. Lovely, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Let's have a look. Good work, mate. There we go. If you pay, mate. Mate, I'm sort of I'm like that with most of them, Mike. Yeah, Ian, welcome to the stream, mate. Have a look at everyone. They're a nice bunch of people in here. We're just having a good fishing chinwag, to be honest. Mate, I don't hang on. Let me just turn that, lift that up. It's always fast, mate. It's always fast. I live in a house of 3 women. So I set all the clocks fast. Let's just hope none of them are watching it. Set them all fast. And then I go, we're late. Come on. It's the only way I get them out. Camo, thanks for coming in, mate. It's just brilliant that people make the effort. That's the thing that I like. Just that people make the effort to come in, have a chat, and if it makes you, if it puts a smile on your face, it's even better. Even better. Right, what I'm going to do, Mike, I don't know if you know, Mr. Tyson. I'm going to add you as a moderator, which means you can block and whatever if anyone's been a bit naughty, because I know poor old Mark had loads of people like pile in and spoil the stream. We had a great chat. It was having a great chat, and then people started being a bit ridiculous. Oh, that for Doreen Tipton. Oh, mate, I saw that poster. Mike the Pipe. That's a belting clock. I've got an old one of the local trains absolutely closed down. It's Mahusiv. Mike, that's an El Cheapo thing from I think we got it from IKEA. But I like it. I do like it. Yeah, I think you're right, and I think the old loyalties of voting for like a party that you just get behind because you're a working man or you're middle class or whatever. I think that is totally gone out the window this time. I think this time it's mainly going to be whether you voted Leave, whether you voted Remain, whether do you know what I mean? Whether you've just had enough of the whole thing or whatever. Got to be honest, guys, I'm a bit worried for what's going to happen to any sort of quotas and all that kind of thing for the sea fishing guys. What's going to happen to them? For the Environment Agency, are they going to lose any funding? Don't know. You don't know, do you? What about the salmon stocks as they come into from the salt water to the fresh water? Are we going to be able to police that? I don't know. That's me just looking at it from a fishing point of view, which is really what we should be doing on this stream, rather than a political thing, because I'm just not interested in anything most of them have got to say, because I think they all lie. And anyone who wants to be a politician should not be a politician because they want to be a politician. Something a bit creepy about someone who wants to be in charge of everybody. Oh, Aid's in the house. How you doing, Aid? Brilliant. Guys, I did Madison Match Fishing put up a great video this week of the match. And I noticed I did a bit more speaking on the video, and brilliant at the end. Great at the end. And there was a massive perch in that as well. One of the guys got a cracking perch there. It's all right, mate, don't worry. Yeah, there you go. You see, Mike, I think the problem was when we had the first referendum. I think the referendum was too quick. I think the referendum was too quick. We needed time to digest what the truth was, and then vote. I don't think we were given it all. So you should do something about all your private water. You can almost fish everywhere. I think that's it, Andreas. I think a lot of the fisheries that we fish, the ones that I fish when you see my videos, those are privately owned, commercial, and run as a business. A lot of the rivers, the banks are owned by certain people, so you have to pay for a ticket to fish on them. It is all about Mike the Pike's right. He's hit the nail on the head. It's all about money over here. Yeah, Aid is in the house. And as I say, I noticed with Aid's video, his latest one, absolutely cracking video again. Wasn't good fishing for Aid though, was it, mate? I like it when you put the crickets on. There's a period in the match where Aid's not catching at all. I think how many fish did you get, Aid? I don't want to bring it up, mate, but he put the crickets over to show just how quiet it was. It was dire. You missed it. I went to Bell's Mill yesterday, which is, if anyone's seen my Bell's Mill video, the last one I did, part 2, I was just catching. I had 4 fish, mate. 2 of them got off. 1 foul up fish all day. When was it, Aid? Because I was saying, I think the fish just switched off. This week, because it was a cold snap and the temperatures just went boom straight down, I think they just completely switch off. Yeah. Plus we had all that cold rain, almost sleet rain coming in as well. And I think what happens is they just stop when it's a gradual drop in temperature. The silvers stay active for quite a while. But when it does that, I think they just drop right down and not interested in fishing. Right, it always happens in Western when it goes cold. I know, and Western Pools is a cracking venue, absolutely cracking venue. Just going back to what Andreas was saying, in Sweden you can almost fish everywhere. So what do you do, Andreas, when you're trying to choose a spot? Is it word of mouth? Is it are you in like we are here? Do you have a group of friends that say, "Oh, this is fishing well, that's fishing well," or do you fish the same spots that you always fish because you know the fish are there? By the way, guys, I know I've said it, but have a look at Andreas's latest video because the water is so clear and he's got fish swimming around by his feet, and I just love looking at that. So last Sunday, apparently, it always happened at Western Pools. Did you fish matches all through the winter, Aid? Yeah, Mike's asking. I think he does. I think Aid does a winter league. All depends on who you are. You're a home boy. So is that by where you live, Andreas? Is it really close to where your house is? Don't know if that's fine. In your swim? It's only fun. I hate you. Now, guys, you have got to look at Andreas's video because where he fishes, and he's got this lovely. I don't know if it's a pontoon or a like a little boardwalk that's 75 meters away from his house. I think I might. Can someone? I'm only joking. I was going to say, can someone ban Andreas for 10 minutes while we all simmer and calm down? Wow, well done, mate. Oh, amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. So love it, love it. So did you build that pontoon, that walkway, or was that there when you moved in? Because I bet you that was amazing doing that. Nice place to sit out at night as well. I'm so jealous. So jealous. Anyway, I'm winning the lottery this weekend. I've just decided. Oh, it gets better and better. Absolutely better and better. I love it, mate. Absolutely love it. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Wow. Superb. Guys, I'll tell you what we still haven't, I'll tell you what we still haven't done. We still haven't come up for a name for the live stream. You'll have to behind the scenes. Oh, that'd be superb. Show us like your fishing gear, like your filming gear, because I can't be the only one who's really interested in like the underwater camera and what cameras you're using on the bank or whatever. It'd make a really interesting video. That would. Absolutely brilliant video. But anyway, guys, we still haven't come up with a name for the stream. So Fish with Bish is, I don't know. What was it we come up with the other day? I'm still not taken by the minnows. Or I tell you what, we could call ourselves the Blankers. I can't think of anything else. Anyone got anything interesting? Something happened this week? Anybody? Yeah. So yeah, the minnows, the Blankers. What else can we call ourselves? Bish's Marauders. But I've just I don't know if anyone saw the video I put up, the 5-minute Friday I put up today about using a plummet to plummet the depth to plumb the depth. I can't remember about maggot topic. Yeah, that was quite interesting actually. When me and Aid were in Mark does a brilliant live stream. Mark Carp does an absolute top live stream on a Wednesday, I think. And it guys, can you help me out? Is it 8 or 9 that Mark does it? I think it's 8 o'clock that Mark does it. And a lot of the guys, the carping guys, were telling us that some of the venues have banned maggots. I think they're normally the syndicate waters have banned maggots because people are throwing in so many that they're burrowing into the sand, dying, and then they're giving off ammonia. Because you know how bad it is to Lillian Gish with this. Oh my God, Paul, that's oh no. Okay. What's Mike put? The bumping gums with Bish. Bumping gums with Bish. That's quite good as well. Excellent. What the guys there said was that they apparently can't take a long time to digest the skins, so they don't feed. Plus, some carp anglers were feeding gallons at a time. Yeah, I think that was the issue, wasn't it? So this is what I really love about the live stream. Aid's coming with that there. Who knew that one? Who knew that one? What the guy said that apparently carp take a long time to digest the skins of the of the maggot, so they don't feed. So they're full up they're full up. I get that, But some carp owners were feeding gallons at a time. I will, Darren. I will. What video, Darren? Anyway, I'll have a look. I'll find it. I'll find it. If you're on, are you on Facebook, Darren? Because I'll friend you. Okay, sorted. I will take a look at that, mate. But wow, that's amazing. This is what every time I go on a live stream, and I did the same when I go into Mark's. That it was what's it? Yeah, for Gucci stuff. I've got it, mate. It's not in here. I've got it, and I'm doing a video probably a couple of weeks. But then I did think I might wait till the spring and give it a proper go. But I've had a look at it, and it's really sort of malleable. I wish it's down in the tackle den. For longer than they should be. Hence, it's not good for the health of the fish, and they won't feed for the extended time. Wow. Cool. Yeah, it's just as I say, I'm Darren. Mike's asking me, have I tried the new bait from the guy who did Preston Innovations? I think it's called Fajuka, FJUKA. I think it is. And as I say, I have ordered some, and I've got it because it looked interesting to me. It's not expensive. It's quite a reasonable price. It's very malleable. It's like Play-Doh. So, and it's got this thing. I want to call it Sensas. Is the flavouring that is put in there, which is pretty sweet, I think. And the way I've seen it used, the carp anglers might like the look of this. The way it's used is you can roll it out so it looks like a maggot. You can squeeze it because it comes in different colours as well. Squeeze it so it looks like a piece of corn. There's a white version, which I should imagine would be like bread. So it's like a paste, like a really thick paste. But I did see one guy wrap a boilie in it. So he's got wraps the boilie in it and casts it out. Now I know some of you guys do that. You put paste around a boilie just to give it an added attraction. But they were using these on this as well. So yeah, it's interesting, Mike. If you've seen the videos, I saw one because obviously because I want to do it. I'm sort of looking at all the videos of the people that are using it, and there's one that put up, and it's only on for 20 seconds, so you don't really get a true reflection of what's going on. The latest one they've put up, so I don't know if you want to have a look at that. But it's only on for 20 seconds, and I commented, would have been nice to see like an extended period to see how it stayed on the hook and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. There you go. Right. Have I missed anything? Bumping. Let's have a think about the name then. Bumping Gums with Bish. I do like that one, Mike. But that'd make you like the Bumping Gums. The Lillian Gish. Oh God, Paul. That is brilliant, mate. Oh, you've been saving that one up. I do like that one. The Lillian Gish with Bish. We need to, as I say, come up with a few more. It's all gone quiet, guys. What's going on? Anyone got any more info? I'll have a quick look, delve into the papers, and we'll see if there's anything else. This is a really nice story. This is, guys. have I gone still? Can you? Am I still here? Or are we sort of have I got the ring of death? Someone just type anything. Yep, still there. Okay. Joshua, thanks for popping in. Darren is still there. Now, how about this, guys, for a lovely, lovely story? Excuse me while I read it out of here. This is absolutely brilliant. This is the fella. This is the fella here. Right? And that's a stone loach there. Let me just tell you this. This is amazing. He's got a brilliant name as well. Fair play, Roger. Retired Roger Tinkler had a trip out from his care home to remember. Had a trip from his care home to remember as he caught his first ever stone loach and a personal best at 14-pound carp. The 74-year-old Oakhouse resident was taken to Berkshire Home Grange Reservoir by the maintenance manager. Martin explained Roger made a wish last year to go fishing. Sad, but wonderful in equal measure, I think. That the guy, he obviously, like, I don't know what we could do about it, but there must be so many fellas out there and women as well. I don't want to be sexist or whatever, but there must be so many older guys out there who used to fish but can't fish now because they've got no one to take them. So because they're of a generation, we're the generation. Like, I'm the generation, and you guys who are younger, that have cars and are able to go fishing. These guys, so a lot of these older guys, they haven't got cars, they can't get out, they've got nowhere to keep the fishing gear. But if you look at that, and he's caught a stone loach, which really is amazing, because I'd love to catch a stone loach. But there you go. Did he? I'll have to have a look at that. I love Danny's vlog. That's another great videos guy that Danny does. Are you going to take some new ones next year for your videos, Bish? I'm thinking about it, Mike. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about seeing, like, because at the minute the radius needs to be half hour. And I think within that half hour I could probably do more. I could probably do Tunnel Barn, to be honest. And like a couple of those places. But I need to keep it my side. My side would be a good idea to be someone once a year, even who can't get out. Yeah, I think you're right, Mike. I just think it's sad that there's a lot of guys out there who would be no trouble to anybody, and they're no trouble to anybody who used to fish and love to fish, but they can't anymore purely because they can't get out. Joshua was asking me, where you from, Josh? Just fill us in. Joshua said, what's the weirdest bait I've ever used? The weirdest bait I have ever used, genuinely, is, and I can name 3, all fished at the same time and worked. And they were them foam fangs that you have at Halloween, a jelly eyeball, and a zombie brain. And I've actually got proof that I've caught with all of those because it's on my video. Those are the weirdest things that I've ever fished with. Weirdest working in the gate. Mike's at work. Fair play to you, Mike. My father stopped in the last 10 years of his life, mainly because he couldn't sit for 5 hours on a boxing ring without being in pain. I just think I think fisheries are missing out on a massive trick here, where if they built a decent sized bit of decking that sort of came out over the water, and you had the ability to bring people with disabilities in a wheelchair, and they could roll straight up to, and you have like a fence, so you fish like up to a 2-foot fence, so they can lean the rod on the fence, and also providing comfortable chairs rather than a box for people to sit on. And I think you get so many people there. I've got to be honest with you, guys. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but that's what I'm having for Christmas. I'm having people they're buying me my coaching certificates. So I'm gonna do. Josh is in Birmingham, just to go off a little bit. NI Carper. Sorry, lads, keep losing signal. Anyone believe that Daryl keeps losing his signal, or do you think he keeps ducking out from being out with his wife? No seatbox for me nowadays. The days are longer gone. Recliner chair and feeder rod on a boat alarm. Yeah, but Daryl, what you do with your feet, with your seat box in your recliner chair, you have your telly on and you do it out your window. Because we all know you earn on the bank. But we tried to get to take a deck chair, but he just wouldn't go. It's a shame, innit? It is a shame. I mean, I'm touch wood. I'm quite lucky that that Spartacus is he's nimble on his feet, to be honest. And I think that's probably because we keep going fishing. So come up from Rowie on a leaf and barb or on a bear. Josh, that's amazing. I love that. As I say, guys, I'm sorry if you're reading them, but I'll read them out anyway. Joshua caught a 12-pound carp from Rowie on a leaf, on a barbel and a bear hook. Mate, I was starting on a fishing competition, and I just plumbed up the depth with a bear hook and the plummet on. Took the plummet off, and then I just wanted to see just how my float was sitting. Put it in, and as I put it in, a chub took a bear hook, a silver hook, and I think it's probably because he just saw the flash. When I pulled in, I got banned. They said I was fishing too early. I said, look, I ain't got no bait on the hook. I hadn't even got any bait on my tray. So, he's a Mike. All right, brother Mark. Is he brother Mark? Is he a priest? Barge kettle on can't be asked to right one. Yeah, I'm a bit like that. Oh, this Spartacus. Daddy's 79. Daddy's 79. But I can well imagine. It's all about the fact that just a couple of hours out of that bloody flat and mixing with a good bunch. If you see AIDS videos, or you see, or any of the guys that are fishing with someone else, the banter and the laugh that everybody has between themselves. And some of these guys, they don't see people from day to day, from week to week. They don't even. They look forward to the phone ringing and it's someone trying to sell them something. I just think like we need to be a bit more free and what's it? Oh my God, Mike. Yeah, he is. Josh, it's because but they didn't ban me from like ever going. They just banned me from the match. So yeah, he does look well, don't he, Mike? He's one on his own. He really makes me laugh. Sometimes I want to go look at him and I burst out laughing. He's got this thing about him that when he gets the set of the giggles, he's off. Mike, it was at, as I say, my match fishing days 20 years ago. So I think it was at, where would that have been? It might have been Hillview. I don't do a lot of feeder fishing, Josh. A friend of mine does though. If you if you like feeder fishing, I don't know if you watch the catch fishing channel with Jamie Harrison. That's a cracking channel, that is. And I had a word with I was talking to him recently, actually. And there's a video of me talking to him at the big one, the big show. Is anyone going to the big show, by the way? That was cracking last year. I really had a good time. Picked up a few things. Andreas, mate, thanks for coming in, and I'll speak. Oh yeah, I don't think I'll stay up too long, but thank you very, very much for coming in. I might not talk to you for a while after I've found out where you live and all that kind of thing. So, but no, fair play to you, my friend. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant channel. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's have a look at what Ace put here. Foul hook to cart, sexy and feed a distance before a match. There was some banter about it, but I didn't get kicked off the match. I didn't put it in the net. Favorite type of feeder. As I say, Josh, I don't fish a feeder. It's something that I'm looking into starting to do more sort of in the spring. I'm sort of trying to not reset the channel, but try a few more different things and go off and do the older style fishing that I used to do. So do a bit more feeder fishing, do a bit more river fishing, and certainly do it a lot more canal fishing. No, Steve hasn't, mate. I did speak to him in the week. He's at, it's not fair for me to say, but he's had a pretty bad week. He's had a pretty bad week this week. So and the week before as well. So I wouldn't be surprised, mate, if we don't see a video off Steve for another couple of weeks. But yeah, he's had a quite horrible time, to be honest. So, but I'm sure he'll come back. We were talking about me doing a what's it with him, a collab with him, me out pike fishing. You pike fishermen out there, watch this idiot lose about 8 or 9 lures. I better not use Steve's, that. God, how embarrassing is that, mate? Guys, if you borrow someone else's stuff, I think Matrix do the ones. Have you seen the and Josh as well? Have you seen the I don't think it's a banjo feeder, but a method feeder, and it's got the sides on. It's got the sides on that come up, so it's not a true method feeder as such. You fill it up, and it's got sides on, and it's more a winter one, so that you put a small amount of bait in. Sorry, you put a small amount of bait in, and I think Jamie was fishing with a single maggot, and he pushes the single maggot in, and he's using dark ground bait. I don't think it's the perch ground bait, but it's that one. As I say, I don't use a method feeder. I don't use a cage feeder or what's it. But what I am going to do when I do fish the canal, I'm going to put. If you look, Josh, at Catch Fishing Channel, his most recent video about using ground baits for winter, I think it might be. That's pretty cool. And I think you'd probably like Jamie's videos. He's a really nice guy. Really, really nice guy. As I say, I spoke to him yesterday. But yeah. So Andreas has gone. I think Mike, I can't give an opinion, but I am gonna it is a good video, isn't it, Aid? I like Jamie. I think I saw your comment on there as well. You dirty traitor. Yeah, but as I say, excuse me, guys, got it. What could possibly go wrong? But Yeah, I'm sort of I've caught up with a lot of the videos because I tend to batch watch my videos because I work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday nights. I tend to not be able to watch videos then because obviously I'm sleeping most of the day and then I'm out. And then on a Wednesday, I come off a night shift normally on a Tuesday and I fish all day Wednesday so that I can try and edit on the Thursday or the Friday. Yeah, mate. All I do is stock shells. I work at Asda, mate. That's all I do. I'm sorry it's not glamorous or whatever, but I've had all my career and everything. What happened was, just to give you a bit of background, it's don't feel sorry for me at all because I got the easy life. I used to be a project manager for a windscreen company, and I used to travel up and down the country, sort of sorting out problems, sorting out issues, and creating new lines and things like that. And I could be. These are, for instance, I was down in Exeter sorting a problem out, and I had a phone call there out to go up to Glasgow. And my car was in Exeter. I'd driven down. I had a company car. I drove down to Exeter. I had a phone call that I'd got to go up to Glasgow. And I said, well, I can't drive. So they got me a flight. So I flew from Exeter, or I can't remember what city it was, all the way up to Glasgow. Spent 2 hours in Glasgow and then flew all the way back down, and then I had to drive home in the same day. And it was, I was doing 60, 70 hours a week easy, staying away from home. It's when the girls were little, because I've got two girls. And it was when the girls were little, and like it was just, I didn't see them growing up. It was horrible. And then my wife is a teacher. Well, she's a deputy head, and she I know people go, oh, what about the holidays? Well, she don't get a holiday. She works most of the holiday, to be honest. And when she gets home, she starts work again. So she's doing 60, 70 hours a week. My wife burns water, so I'm the cook, and I quite enjoy it, to be honest. So we made a decision that we can't both do 60 hours a week each. Lib started earning more than me, so we just decided that like I would stop and look after the house, but I couldn't do that. So I said, look, I've got to work, I've got to do something. So I do 3 nights a week at Asda, and it's easy work. As soon as I walk out that door on a Tuesday morning, I forget where I work, to be honest, and that's what I want. I didn't want anything that, you know. Excuse me. Thoughts on guru hooks. I know people who swear to them, but personally, I think they're shit. Josh, I haven't got an opinion on it. I think a lot of people have. I think a lot of people have a particular favorite hook that they just stick with. Does anyone watch TV? My missus says I spend too much time. Mike, Josh, your answer to your question is, I like Kamasan hooks. I love Kamasan hooks. Always have done. I love the wide gape hooks. I think that's probably because I'm a leisure fisherman rather than a matchman or a carper or a piker. So I think everyone in the stream will probably give you a different answer, to be honest, on what favourite hook. What are your favourite hooks, guys? Mike the Pike's saying, does anyone watch TV? My missus says spend far too much time on your phone. My argument with that is, Mike, my wife has given up with me watching TV. I'll watch a couple of things on Netflix and binge watch them or whatever, but I watch this all the time. And I think this is far better for you because you're learning stuff all the time. You're mixing with people. You don't mix when you watch the TV. Throw it back at them, Mike, that you like having a chat with people. You can't do that with the TV. I'm not surprised. We've had this chat before, haven't we? That it is mostly I think fishing as a pastime and for guys. Just going back to like the older fellas that I was saying. I'm not saying we're all older fellas, but the fact that you're out and you're mixing with people, you're having a chat, and you could be just sat at home, and especially if you've got something like PTSD, or you've got a depression or something like that, I think the worst thing in the world is to curl up and be on your own. I think you need to be out there, and even being out in the open air and whatever. Yeah, we were freezing cold, me and Spartacus, on on Wednesday. Well, we've got these lovely hand warming things. I'll bring them over next Friday. I'll have a few things on the table next week, just so I can, if we have a lull, I can show you some of these things that I'm using and whatever. They're quite good. Martin, Joshua's saying, sorry, hang on. I'd saying mostly use Guru, Kamison, who's hooks these days, but do use others. Joshua Mines is saying Kamison B911s, but I quite like the wide gauge hooks, and I also like, if you've seen it in my videos, I love banded hooks. For the reason of I can virtually put anything on a banded hook, especially in the summer rather than the winter. I tend to use bare hooks in the winter because it's mainly natural baits. Don't use any hooks that are cheap for the channel. Fair play. Are those, Darren? Are those particular carp hooks, big hooks, bigger? Bigger hooks, or are they general smaller hooks, like 16, 14s, that kind of thing, 12s? Mike, I'm the same as you. I do like the wide gauge. Yeah, carp hooks. I tell you what, Darren, I don't know if anyone else does this. Does anyone else look at Wish? Is it Wish? What's that? What's that really cheap one? And sometimes you're paying the postage and you're getting the stuff free almost. That's quite good. I'd say the hooks I use really depends on what bait I'm fishing. But ready tied mostly now though. Mate, I use mostly ready tied hooks. I do if I have, or I used to. I don't anymore because I'm always doing this, or I'm doing something to do with this, or do you know what I mean, with the channel or whatever. But sometimes I used to just sit at night and tie my own ready tied on, and then take them on the bank, because I quite like short leads on my hook ties. Actually, I can see what you're doing there, Josh. My only worry with that is take them on a quiver tip. I've got I had some what were they called, guys? Help me out. Anyone remember them? I think I've still got a packet of them actually. And you used to be able to, they used to stand upright on the end of your quiver tip. You used to be able to just fit them on. I forgot what they're called. It'll come back to me. But they were the same, the light ones. And I used to have a float actually that used to light up as well. That was quite good. Joshua, I'm never out that late, mate. I have to get in before he gets late because I turn into an ogre. Fish having a disco, they love it. Fair enough, son. Isotopes, that's it, Darren. Isotopes, I've still got a pack of them. They still do them. I'm scared to open them, to be honest. I'm keeping them as heirloom. I'm going to give them to my eldest daughter. I'll leave them to her and me will. But Mike, thanks very much for coming in, son. I think it's been a great live tonight, a great live stream tonight. We've had some good ideas and some. I've learnt some stuff. Aid's coming with some brilliant info about the maggot skins. We should have known that when I was doing that. What's it? Let's have a look. Darren, yes, mate. They are still about. Well, fair enough. I suppose you carping guys probably. Well, no, you don't, do you? Because you use your like your bite alarms and stuff. Yeah, I've had some for absolutely years. These are that. In actual fact, they've probably lost their isotope thing. Sidewinder. No, mate. Oh, are you talking about? I remember. I think I might still have that actually. That's old as well. I don't think it's the same thing, but I've got a board that used to sit in front of my quiver tip. Yeah, yeah, it does. I don't. I'm never out late enough. I am thinking about next year doing an overnighter somewhere, doing a proper cart video. I'd saying probably a lot of you guys are much the same as well. 5 hour on the bank these days, and I'm knackered. When me and Spartacus fish, we only tend to fish. We get there at about. But he's fishing virtually straight away, Daddy's, from the time we get there. But I'm messing about. I'm either flying the drone, setting up cameras, or doing a bit to camera, or whatever. So I take ages to set up, mate. But yeah, I'm the same. I get home from fishing. It doesn't help that I've come straight off a night shift to fish, but I'm knackered. And when I used to fish the competitions, my wife will tell you, get in about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd be asleep within half an hour. Asleep for hours. Don't rub it in, Josh, that you're only 13. That's not right. That's not fair. Give me some of your years, you bugger. But no, fair enough, mate. Enjoy it, and try loads of different types of fishing. That's what you've got to do, mate. You've really got to dig in and just try anything. That's the best thing I can say. When I was that age, my brother and I would be at before it got like home when it went dark. I've said this before, Aid, as well. I was the same in the summer holidays. I'm sure my mum must have known, but where I used to fish, I'd have my rod set up. My rod would be set up all the time in the back garden, and like I'd just take a pack of hooks with me, half a bag of bread that I'd nick off my mum. I'd go out at probably about 8 o'clock in the morning, and she wouldn't see me till 8 o'clock at night. I wouldn't be fishing all day, but my mates would be down at the local pond. I would all be sat on the grass talking or whatever, and then doing a bit of fishing and whatever. And whoever had gone to were lucky enough to have any maggots, they were God in our eyes. Like, give us a couple of maggots, mate. Give us a couple of maggots. And if ever you had them, you used to sort of, you know what I mean? You used to puff your chest out because you had the maggots. Brilliant. Strapped to your bike. See, I used to walk, mate, and you know that noise. If I don't know, like you older guys, probably more than the youngsters, that noise of your float of your waggler slapping on your rod as you're walking and whatever. Absolutely. Oh, I love those days. Love those days. Fair play, Josh. Fair play. I think you can learn a lot from match fishing. People say about match fishing, it's all about catching the fish and catching the fish and catching the fish. But you learn so much, and mate, getting beat by the better guys as well. that teaches you life lessons. That does, because a lot of the time kids think that they're owed things, and they're not. You earn them. And I think if you are match fishing and you lose, or you win it, if you're winning, also you learn off the other guys that are there. Bikes, bikes, bikes. We had to walk. We couldn't afford a bike. Dave was a miner. Yeah, I've got to be honest with you, Mike. I used to walk as well. I used to, from my house when I was little. When I say little, I was probably about Joshua's age. I had an old. This isn't because I'm that old, but I had an old wicker creel that I inherited off my granddad, full of stuff and my rods and everything. I used to walk for 4 miles from my house to Edgbaston Reza to fish, and I loved it all. Fair play to you, Josh, that you're making the effort. Have you got like a couple of mates that you do it with? Because that's always good if you've got someone to go with rather than being on your own. I, God bless her. God bless her. If anyone's not really what age, just but he's just. But I always remember my mum coming to the way up below Shrewsbury with fish and chips on the bus because she was starting to worry we weren't eating enough. Oh my God, that's one of the most loveliest stories I've ever heard. And that's brilliant. That is. Josh, we talked about this. We was talking about Edgbaston, Reza, and it's just a bit dodgy. If it weren't where it was, because I know it's got a lovely head of bream in there. Last time I fished there, I must have had about 40 or 50 bream. I hit a shoal of bream, and oh, they were lovely. They were all about 3 or 4 pound. They were gorgeous fish, nice slabs. But I heard a story, and I don't know whether this is just hearsay or whatever, but I heard a story of a couple of lads being there and someone turning up, or a few kids turning up with knives and taking the stuff off them. I just can't be doing with that. Can't be doing with that. I've often thought though, if anyone's seen Bartley Green Reza, whether that had fished quite well. If the places were policed a bit better, or say there was a ranger constantly driving around, I'd go, but they're not. So Darren Edgbaston used to go to college. You used to go to college down there, mate. 6 weeks on the horse. Joe never saw us. Same with me, eh? Same with me. My eldest is a bit different than the youngster. My eldest is really into like the stuff that she does. But like they come in and I don't see them really. They don't go out. But we don't really live in an area that I used to live in where basically like there was a whole estate where all the kids used to meet up and everything. I'll get you there, Josh. I understand that. I do understand that. It's I think you've hit the nail on the head, and it's the issue that we're coming across more and more now, where a lot of youngsters aren't fishing anymore, purely because they've got no one to go with. They've got no, I think, because it skipped a generation. So I'm 54, so there's a generation of, I'd say probably their 30s, 20s through to their 30s. Um, that have not gone fishing, so they're not taking their kids. I don't know how old your dad is, or whether your dad goes fishing with you or your granddad. But there was a lot. I think there's a big gap there, and I think uh, maybe with you guys, you youngsters coming up, you and Mr. Taylor, the young fisher coming through, it might change around again. But I think what we need, and I don't know what other people think about this, but what we need a few more shows on TV, like with Whitehouse, with Paul Whitehouse on. and what's his name? That'd be a lot better. Also, I don't think the local news or whatever, wherever you live in the country or the world, I don't think the local news covers it well enough. So that you haven't got the Matt Hayeses or the you know what I mean, other people like that. You haven't got those people that come that are sort of becoming, I don't want to say stars because they're not stars, but like the face of fishing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's more sort of it's more of a sort of you need a face of fishing. So someone covering some really good match results or something that the Environment Agency is doing about fishing, because I think the TV is missing out on so many viewers. Do you know what I mean? That's my view. I've gone off on one. Joshua, that's your fault. Bloody hell, my lads, we've just gone past 4,700 views. We are currently on to anything. I'd keep telling you, mate, it's a bloody good channel. That's why you don't listen to your Uncle John. It's a cracking channel. No, I don't think they do, Aid. I mean, I don't think they do. They do cover what I'm saying. They do cover the big matches, and I agree with you that not enough on normal TV. And I don't think Sky cover the run up to it. You know, some of the qualifiers, and like build up a bit of tension. And like and local TV, I don't think do it at all. I don't think I can't remember the last time I saw a local TV fishing item. And there's so many people. Yeah, Jack Hargreaves, Mike. How? I used to love that. Jack Hargreaves, John Wilson, and Matt Hayes. Funny enough, Mike, I don't know if you saw the thing. Matt Hayes and the Duke and what's his name? Mick Brown. They're doing a live Facebook fishing session. I don't know when it is, mate. If I can find out, I'll tell you next week. I don't think it's until December. I think they're doing a piking thing. But yeah, it was they're doing a live thing. I think it's sponsored by Corda or someone. So if you sort of ignore who they're being sponsored by, be nice to see them and seeing them having a chat and stuff like that. But yeah, Jack Hargreaves. Oh, I used to love Jack Hargreaves smoking that pipe on the telly. He was a lovely voice, lovely man, quietly spoken. And Terry Thomas as well, tight lines. That's what we could call ourselves, lads, the tight lines. Lillian Gish talking about fish. That was brilliant. That was what Paul come up with. The Shropshire Star paper used to always have an angry report. I don't think they even do it now. I'm back in 10 if you're still. Josh, I'm going to knock it on the head in a minute. What are you doing? Feeding your pigeons? Oh, fair play to you, son. Josh, I am going to knock it on the head in a minute. We're coming up to an hour and a half, and I think everyone's probably getting a bit bored of me now. Old Jack videos on YouTube. I'll have to have a look now. Now, Mike, you've put the cat among the pigeons. Sorry, Josh. You put the cat amongst the pigeons there, mate. I'll have to have a look for Jack Hargreaves now. Love it. Yeah. He is a proper old school young'un, isn't he, Josh? Fair play to you, mate. Yeah, Josh, I'm going to knock it on the head in a second. So, but guys, thanks very much for coming in. Mike, thank you very much. You've given me a few things to think about there, mate. See you later, Josh. Thank you very much for coming in. As I say, I am going to end it here now. Guys, thank you for making the live stream probably the best ever, to be honest. I'd filled my head with like skins of maggots inside carp. Mike set me off on one on Jack Hargreaves videos. Yeah, take care, guys. You look after yourselves. I'll see you all real soon. Oh, by the way, Is a live stream next week. There is a 5-minute Friday next week. But there's also some beginner's guide to pole fishing videos coming up. So spread it out. Thanks, Paul. See you real soon. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.